It's 2003. You're sitting in front of your TV, maybe with a bag of crisps in hand, watching Arsenal at Highbury. The pitch looks perfect. The stands are tied to the field. And there he is, Thierry Henry, number 14. Gloves on, socks rolled down, that calm look in his eyes. Every time the ball reaches his feet, something happens. Defenders freeze, the crowd rises, and before you even blink, the ball's already in the top corner. It's 2003, and Thierry Henry isn't just your favorite player. He's the best in the world. But what made Henry so special? And how did a skinny kid from the outskirts of Paris turn into the most feared striker on the planet? Stick around till the end, because we're not just talking about goals and trophies today. We're diving into the journey, the struggle, and the controversy behind Henry's evolution into a footballing icon. And trust me, you'll want to see how 2002 through 03 Henry compares to 2003 through 04 Henry, because that debate might change your view forever. And before we dive into the story, do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe if you love football storytelling, and turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop the next evolution story. Now, let's rewind. Thierry Henry was born in Les Ulis-Essonnes, a tough suburb just south of Paris. Life there wasn't easy. The pitches were rough. The facilities were limited, but the streets were filled with talent. Henry's father, Antoine, recognized his son's talent early and pushed him to stay disciplined, sometimes even strict. His mother, Maurice, made sure he stayed grounded, focusing on education as much as sport. By age 7, Henry was already outclassing kids years older than him. But it wasn't glamour. He'd take long bus rides across town just to play, often without proper boots, sometimes in hand-me-downs. Scouts began to notice. Eventually, AS Monaco came calling, and under a young Arsene Wenger, Henry began his professional journey in 1994. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Many people think Henry was always a striker, but at Monaco, he wasn't. Wenger used him as a left winger, someone who could stretch defenses and deliver crosses. That decision shaped everything that came after. Henry's pace, his ability to glide past defenders, his movement, all of that came from those early years playing wide. After a bright start at Monaco, Henry's talent took him to Juventus in January of 1999. But Italy was harsh. He was out of position again, this time as a wing-back or wide forward, and within months, he was struggling. Imagine that! The man who would later dominate English football couldn't even get consistent minutes in Turin. But sometimes, failure is the foundation of greatness. Because that same year, Wenger, now at Arsenal, brought him to North London. £11 million, a big fee for the time, and fans just weren't sure what to expect. Henry himself later admitted, "When I arrived, I couldn't even hit the target." His early games were frustrating. He'd run past defenders only to shoot wide. English defenders were physical, and the pace was brutal. But Henry wasn't the kind of player who hid. He adapted. And once it clicked, it was over for everyone else. By 2002, Henry had become the centerpiece of Wenger's Arsenal. He wasn't a classic striker who just waited in the box. He drifted left. He dropped deep. He picked up the ball and made things happen. His finishing was elegance mixed with power, his movement pure intelligence. Then came the 2002 through 03 season, the start of something mythical. Henry scored 24 Premier League goals and 20 assists, a record that still stands as one of the greatest individual seasons in league history. That year, he became the first player in Premier League history to record 20 goals and 20 assists in a single campaign. Just think about that for a second. In an era of brutal defending, when tackles were rough and space was limited, he was doing what prime De Bruyne or Messi would be praised for years later. Arsenal didn't win the league that season. Man United edged him out by 5 points. But Henry won the hearts of the football world. He was named PFA Players Player of the Year, FWA Footballer of the Year, and he lifted the FA Cup, scoring in the run to the final against Southampton, though the winner came from Robert Pires. Here's a fact that might surprise you. In that 2002 through 03 season, Henry directly contributed to more league goals than any other player in Europe. Not just in England, in Europe. Even more than Ronaldo Nazario at Real Madrid. Even more than Shevchenko at Milan. But the story doesn't stop there. Because if 2002 through 03 was brilliance, then 2003 through 04 was immortality. And before we get to that, let me pause for a second. If you're enjoying this video, drop a quick like and let me know in the comments which version of Henry was better, the 2002 through 03 playmaker assassin or the 2003 through 04 invincible machine. I'll pin the best take. Now, back to the story. It's August 2003. Arsenal are gearing up for another Premier League campaign, but this time there's a different feeling. The team is mature, confident, almost defiant. Henry leads the line again, supported by Dennis Bergkamp, Robert Pires, and Freddie Ljungberg. From the very first game, you can tell he's on another level. Every touch, every run, every finish, it feels like he's playing at a speed no one else can see. He ends the league season with 30 goals in 37 matches, and Arsenal, unbelievably, go unbeaten. The Invincibles. 26 wins, 12 draws, 0 defeats. A record that still stands 2 decades later. Here's what makes that season so fascinating. Statistically, Henry's 2002 through 03 season was more creative. More assists, more involvement in build-up play. But 2003 through 04 Henry was ruthless, clinical. He didn't just score goals, he destroyed defenses. So which version was better? The artist or the assassin? That's the question that splits even Arsenal fans. The 2002 through 03 Henry was arguably the most complete forward in Europe. He could create, score, and dominate all at once. The 2003 through 04 Henry, though, was the ultimate finisher. 30 goals, countless iconic moments, and the heart of an undefeated season. So what's your pick? Drop it in the comments below. I want to know which Henry you'd choose to lead your team in their prime. Now let's go back to something deeper, the mentality. Because talent alone doesn't explain Henry. In interviews, he often spoke about how failure shaped him more than success did. Missing chances in his early Arsenal games, being booed in Italy, or losing the Premier League in 2003. Those moments built his edge. "I played angry," he once said. "Angry at myself, angry to be better." That mindset turned him from a winger into a world-class finisher. Arsene Wenger saw it too. Wenger didn't just teach Henry how to play striker, he gave him freedom. While most forwards stayed central, Henry would drift wide left, open up his body, and curl it past the keeper into the far corner, his trademark move. Every kid in the park tried to copy that finish. If you were playing FIFA 2003 or FIFA 2004, you remember how unstoppable he was. Midway through that invincible season, Henry started being compared to the best in the world. Some claimed he should have won the Ballon d'Or. In 2003, he finished second to Pavel Nedved. Controversial? Absolutely. Even today, fans still argue that Henry was robbed. Let me know what you think. Should Thierry Henry have won the 2003 Ballon d'Or, or did Nedved deserve it for leading Juventus to the Champions League final? That's your debate for today. Now let's talk legacy. By the end of the 2003 through 04 season, Henry wasn't just Arsenal's best player, he was the Premier League's face. He'd won back-to-back PFA Player of the Year awards, back-to-back FWA awards, 2 Golden Boots, and he'd become the first player in Premier League history to post consecutive 20-plus goal seasons with that level of consistency. Off the pitch, he was calm, intelligent, and humble. But on the pitch, he was ruthless. The way he combined elegance and efficiency changed the idea of what a striker could be. Here's something few people know. During training at Arsenal, Henry would compete with Ashley Cole in sprint drills. Even as a striker, he was often the fastest player at the club. That pace, mixed with balance and composure, made him almost impossible to defend. After 2004, Henry would go on to captain Arsenal, move to Barcelona in 2007, and win the Champions League in 2009. But for most fans, nothing tops those Highbury nights. The red kit with the gold trim, the smell of rain in the stands, and Henry gliding past defenders like they were just standing still. And that brings us back to 2003, the era when Thierry Henry was every kid's favorite player. He made football look effortless, but it wasn't. It was the product of failure, obsession, and evolution. So when people talk about modern greats like Mbappe, Haaland, or Salah, remember this: Henry did all of that before it was fashionable. The numbers, the flares, the consistency, he was the prototype. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. So tell me in the comments, which season do you think was Henry's absolute peak? 2002 through 03, the creative genius, or 2003 through 04, the unstoppable invincible? And before you go, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into football's greatest players. Your support means everything to us, and it helps us keep telling these stories the way they deserve to be told. This is Thierry Henry, the player who made the Premier League his playground, who made you fall in love with football, and who reminded the world that elegance and power can live in the same body. It's 2003, and Thierry Henry is your favorite player.